Okay, let's kick this off. We have a VOD review for Mr. CptMashey. Great name. He wants help with Emma Frost. He was actually, as you can see, this is the second round of this game. He was playing Luna Snow and Hela, I believe, in the first half, but specifically wants some feedback on his Emma Frost. He says he's having trouble securing kills on Emma, even when outputting good damage, and feels like it's very difficult to protect the backline. Feels like he is at a bit of a loss. And this is, I believe, Platinum on PC. So, let's get into your main point, trouble securing kills. So the main two ways you'll actually secure kills on Emma are either one, with your diamond form, of course, and two, by being high charge on your beam. Without either of those two things, you're likely not going to get any kills unless you're finishing off someone else's, really. And so how do you do those? So for the high charge, you're really looking to use your diamond E thing. Sorry, it's not diamond, it's a crystal. Crystal, the E, the pull, that, and then shoot through that with your laser. That gives you a lot of charge and charges you up quickly, and then you can really put a lot of pressure on tanks. And it's nice to combo that with the shield in front of you as well to create a really uneven trade. And the second way is with the diamond form. Now you can either use that to capitalize on someone in front of you who's overpushed or out of position. Usually that would be on a tank, someone like the Thing or Thor maybe, but you can really do it on anyone. And then even you can press forward and use it on supports that are out of position too. And alternatively, you can use it to protect your team, as you've mentioned, from any divers or people in your backline. It's great. It's a great way to secure kills as well. You can instantly nullify their pressure and then turn around and finish off the rest. So yeah, you've asked having trouble securing kills. I would say those are the main ways. So let's see if you're able to put that into practice. Alright, starting off. Punisher in the turret, pretty irritating. So yeah, miss your little crystal there. Unfortunate Punisher shooting. Honestly, you're not really going to get anything done here as Emma for a little while. You're just going to need people with longer range to shoot the Punisher. You can have a go at blocking him with your shield, but he's just going to burn through it. I would just try and stay behind the cart or behind this wall that you are doing correctly. Get some natural cover. And then, yeah, probe the enemies with your E, really. You're just, nothing really happening at this point. You're just pushing with the cart. So, all fine. So, I don't hate your position here, but you are taking quite a lot of damage. And yeah, that's, generating ult charge, I suppose, for your healers. But I think you could move a little further to the left and just be covered by this cart. I guess Punisher is able to shoot you over it, maybe. If he is, apologies, then it's probably best, you're right, to just stay behind here. But yeah, it's worth using the cart quite a lot as cover. And it would certainly protect you from a lot of these people as well. So, just something to think about. Yeah, I like this so far. Trading with the tanks. Good use of your shield. Okay, so how does the Thing die here? Wow, he just gets absolutely blasted. It was pretty tricky. I guess, yeah, they got a Hawkeye there, and he's just cut him down. There's not that huge amount you can do here. I honestly don't hate what you're doing. It's just rather difficult. Okay, yeah, Emma's very pushed up here. I guess she's going for a diamond form. Yep. Okay. So she's definitely overpushed, and yeah, that results in a kill. Great, so I mean, this is exactly it. So look, it looked a relative stalemate, really. You're getting a lot of pressure from Punisher, and sometimes, you just have to accept there's not much you can do, especially if you're playing someone like Emma, who can't really flank effectively. You're just going to have to hold the front line until someone makes a mistake, which is what you did. So it can feel frustrating, but eventually someone will fall out of position, or ults will be popped, and then the game really blows wide open. So good patience there, I think. It's unfortunate to the Thing player who died. Maybe he got a little overexcited. But yeah, that's a really good capitalization of the over pushing of the Emma, so well done. And then yeah, another kill. So basically we've done the two ways that I explained that you can get kills on Emma. So either be really high charge or capitalize on people who are over pushed, which is what you did. And now you should really be looking to press aggressively here, right? They've lost 2 tanks. They're not coming back for another 15 seconds probably, maybe 20 seconds. You're at 98 charge. You should be right up in their face. Both of your healers are standing behind you ready to heal. So yeah. This is fine. I think you could have pressed this advantage a little harder. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Obviously you should have hit that, but it happens. I think you can still beat this guy up. And, yeah, there you go. Alright, stand behind the cover like that. Punisher, what is he doing? That must be a dead man. Okay. Cool. Yeah, unlucky miss, but good idea. Put your shield, I would say. Yeah. Okay, so this, I would say, everything that's happened up until now is, somewhat the neutral game. No ults have been popped. I think this is pretty good overall. I reckon if you continued to play at this level, you would slowly outpressure your enemies. I mean, Emma is quite a slow pressure tank, right? It's not a diver, not jumping around, creating loads of angles. You're really looking for clean trades that maximize, the resources the enemy uses compared to using not too many to yourself, and then you can capitalize. And you've mostly been doing that, so good slow press forwards. So I've just let this out kind of play out here. It's not a great one, to be honest. I think this is not, to me, this is not a good time to be pressing. They've got the cloak ult. You're not really going to get anything happening here. Sure, you might charge your ult a little, but I would rather you just hang out behind the cart and wait for this cloak ult to fall. You've got Hawkeye here shooting you. Okay, you've got the invis ult, but it's possible that even you doing this forces your invisible woman to use this, which is not ideal, right? So let's say you move to the left here and just pushed up with your team. I think you'd have been okay. But yeah, you got not much done with that diamond form, and that's really important because you want to be getting the most value out of every single diamond form. It's a really long cooldown in this game. 15 seconds is a long time. You've got to make the most of it. So yeah, I mean, you probably would know this already, but that definitely wasn't a good one. Out in the open, inside an ultimate, big waste. And I suspect that in a moment, there'll be an opportunity for you to have used diamond form when that ultimate drops, and you won't have it, and that will really hurt. So ult is down now. So imagine if you had your diamond form and Invisible Woman had her ulti. You could, jump on that Hawkeye or keep pressing, maybe grab the Emma, push her back, etc. This is fine. Okay. A whole load of ults being popped. Kind of let them happen. I know you're really tempted to use your ult here, but I reckon probably hold this. Let your team regroup. You've already lost 2. You are sitting in the cloak ult, but that's going to finish soon. I would resist the temptation to pop your ult and wait and regroup. Let's see what happens. And by the way, it looks like you're holding your ult, which is great. I think these guys are decent targets. You know that Emma's already used her diamond form, I believe. I reckon you could have grabbed one of these and put some pressure on them. They are somewhat line of sighted from their healers. Even if it didn't end in a kill, this would be an opportunity. Although, having said that, a lot of your team is dead, so you might not have accomplished anything, but worth thinking about. They are quite far away from their team and pushed up. Okay, yeah, good. Reset. Good holding your ult there, though. It's well played. Let's skip forward. So, resetting. So, useless shield, and now you've got 3 seconds to wait. Okay. A better shield pull, yeah. Okay, that's nice, good pressure. Good shield again. You definitely could have grabbed that guy. Slightly slow on it, but yeah, it happens, I guess. But yeah, at least it looks like you did notice that he is pushed up, right? And could have been grabbed. But yeah, I think you made the best of it by, you know, not being able to get the Hawkeye and grabbing the Magneto. I mean, that said, though, sometimes one thing I've noticed from playing Emma is a lot of the time you'll change into diamond form, and you know the guy that you were planning to get has escaped your grasp. But if you'd actually just held this and not gone to Magneto, so you're like, oh, Hawkeye's away, damn, missed him. You'll actually notice that he lands on the top of this bus, and I think you could have probably got him after he landed there if you jumped up upon the cart and then jumped up there. So I think there's a chance that you could have grabbed him there. And this happens actually quite a lot with the Emma Diamond form. If you're just slightly patient with your grab, the temptation is always to pop Diamond form and immediately push forward with the grab, because you want to get 2 of them out of the same Diamond form, right? But you can also be slightly patient, just go Diamond form and then swoop in with the grab afterwards. It's worth thinking about. So I think that would have worked as well. And yeah, it's just sitting at the back. Okay, let's push forward. Once again, resetting. So this is a pretty bad situation. All your team's dead. I would just stay fully back and wait. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Shield protecting your Psylocke. Okay, regroup. Okay, so at this point, you know Punisher's in the turret again. He's doing the same irritating play. But you've got all these guys on the left who are more open, and they're also not in line of sight of the healers, I believe. So I would be looking to them to try and make a play. And that's kind of why. Let's run through this again. So I know it's really tempting to pop your, yeah, I guess I can see your thinking. So you've seen, you know, Loki and Cloak there, kind of on their own, separate from the tanks. That's really nice, but I think Punisher's just putting out so much pressure there that it's going to be difficult to get anything done. And then, you know, as you do that, these tanks are going to come in and pincer you from here as well. So you'll be on your own with no cover in the middle of the road. I know you're ulting, but you can still be killed, as happens. I would have held that, I think, and just gone and then started to brawl these guys, maybe try and grab Hawkeye, because you've got your whole team. I mean, let's have a look. Oh god, this is such an awkward tool to use. I mean, you've got your whole team around you, so if you'd have gone, jumped down, you know, and this person here, gone and started to engage this little trio, you know, you've created like a 5-on-3 almost, and I think that would be a better play. So always try and look for those little opportunities to split people up. But as happens, yeah, you start this, and Punisher's just gonna drill you into the ground, and kind of as I said happens, right? They've come in here and just come around the back and pincered you, and now look, you're in a 5v1 essentially, and your team can't really get to you. So yeah, positioning. Okay, continuing. Doctor Strange, interesting. I think I guess it's a good idea, but I think you'd have probably been able to get back to the point. I don't know if you actually play Doctor Strange. If you do, maybe it's a good idea, but I often find these portals, unless it's absolute desperation, you end up just being Doctor Strange on a point that you could have got to anyway, but we'll see. Look. I don't know if you actually play Doctor Strange here, but looks like it's not the most comfortable character for you. But yeah, that was pretty tricky. Okay, so to recap, I mean, I actually don't hate what you were doing for most of the match. I think you just need a little more. You know, the opportunities that are presented to you aren't that many, and you just need a little more killer instinct, I think, on some of the people that are out of position. And then, as we said at the start, there were some enemies that were, well, once you had got a couple of kills, I think you should really have pushed your advantage more, and that let the enemy stall, which was unfortunate. And then also, a lot of the times you are just standing out in the open getting blasted by Punisher, and I think you could benefit from standing behind the cart as it pushes, or you know, maybe going around for a small flank, that sort of thing. That's kind of Punisher specific, but yeah, I mean, you just took thousands and thousands of damage from his turret this game, and it felt like your team had no answer for it, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I might watch your second game. I will load it up. Okay, we're back with the second match, continuing the VOD review for CptMashey, the Emma Frost in low plat. In the first game, we noticed that CptMashey has, I think, a good grasp of the basics, but yes, needs to be a little more aggressive, perhaps, and but also playing behind a cover intelligently. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I would definitely be pulling the crystal out of Strange here. Easy trade. Missed, unfortunate. Happens. I definitely think also he's a candidate for being grabbed here with your diamond form. He's very split from his team. This is this is quite an unusual spot to hold. People don't usually forward hold on these stairs. One of the reasons is that you're very close to your spawn. And there's these little pillars here which are quite annoying to heal through, if you can see here. They've got Lunar Snow trying to heal Strange all the way up here. She can't even see him. And if you had grabbed him and kicked him, you know, back here, that's almost certainly a kill. He'd be very difficult to heal there, so worth a thought. Well, there you go. So you actually did go for it. He got bubbled, unfortunately. Wait, are they playing triple tank? Interesting. Yeah, unfortunate. I think you could have tried that a bit earlier, but yeah, they saved him, so well done. But now you've forced out a couple of big cooldowns, which is nice. And yeah, this game, you've just noticing you've got some great candidates for being grabbed here by your diamond form. Fantastic is an excellent target for choke slamming, and so is Captain America, so is Strange. So yeah, I would be grabbing them all game, really. Okay, missed the E again. Grab, kick back into your team. Okay, you don't really know what happened to him there, but he died anyway. Yeah, good grab. There we go. That's all you need to do. Do that 20 times and you win the match. It sounds easy, but yeah, that's really all there is to it. And yeah, I would be using your E again. Yeah, definitely missed that quite a few times. I don't really usually try to talk about aim on these kind of things, but maybe just try and take a little more time with that spell. I know it's easy to just spam out, but yeah, take your time to hit it on someone like Strange. He's a big target. It's not too difficult. Your aim doesn't look too bad from the rest, so just take your time with it. But yeah, great pressure here with the 99 beam. That's, as we said, another way to get kills. It's really nice. Pushing forward. Nice damage. Put your shield up a bit further. Okay. There we go. So he's overpushed. If you had needed, he already kind of trolled, but if you had needed, you could have diamond formed him as well. That's exactly what I was saying. Fantastics always do that. Easy kill throughout the whole game. Okay, now they've got a Venom, another great target. I think Captain swapped. Same business really. Grab him. You can try and get the timing right when he's just about to pop his blue form. Blue health. But either way, your team should be able to eat him up, really. There we go. I mean, yeah, this is exactly it. These guys are not very good, and you're taking advantage, so nice work. And yeah, keep the pressure up with your E and your beam, and this should be a one fight, really. Great. Well played. So that would be nice, good, very nice. I was actually going to suggest that you grab the Fantastic earlier. I mean, he was just on his own out of position, but yeah, no difference really. Okay, that guy should... Interesting. They're just completely staggered and out of position. Now, as we said in the first game, just make sure you're taking advantage of this. Be as ruthless as possible. I know you've already won the fight and you are pushing forward, but keep staggering these guys, keep killing them. It's worth it. Yeah, go round, grab that strange. Okay, that's fine. Don't over push. Okay, whatever. Did they just jump off? Yes, they did. Okay. I would have flicked around just to check that someone is on the cart. They are. Great. This is, I mean, easy push really. So now you've got your ult, and so do a lot of your team. Well, all five. I would be ready to use this. This is a really nice street to use the Emma ult for sure. Although you do have to bear in mind that they have 2 shield tanks, right, and can block a lot of that. So just time it correctly. So Jonathan Storm popped his ult and drew out the Luna ult. That's great. I would be thinking, okay, as soon as this ends, all hell is going to break loose, and I'm going to pop mine. Yeah, and the Jeff, you know, their other healers, Jeff. So this is their only defensive tool. This team should be being wiped after this Luna ult ends. So just play safe until that happens. Okay, they've popped a bunch of ults. Okay, tricky positioning there. Alright. So, a bit of a choke here, I think. If you look at this ult economy, I don't really understand what happens to your support ults here either. Have a look here. Unfortunate. So you get a double support ult here on your team, and then it looks like Magneto kills the cloak. Yeah, that's I think for the cloak player, I guess, but pretty difficult there. Nice try with that shield. This is what we were saying. Yeah, I guess you just needed to be in a better position here. They're all uphill. It's quite tricky. Okay, yeah. I also think you might have just got frustrated with those ults being used. You're still in quite a good position. I mean, you get the point anyway, so fine. So yeah, that's what I assume Thing ulted or something like that. But that's what having a better ult economy and the enemy team having a Jeff does for you. You can just brute force a fight. I mean, you guys played that pretty poorly overall. The Johnny ult was not very good. Both supports ulted at the same time. Your ult was ineffective, and yet you still brute forced over the point with more ults, so that's nice. So not much to be said about that second point, honestly. That was just everyone popping the ults that they'd built up over the first point. And horrible play by the blue team. Just so staggered and so out of sync. Okay, keep the pressure up. It's nice, good use of that. Keep charging up your beam. Interesting. Well done. Actually, I haven't seen that happen very often, but there you go. I mean, this looks like it's going pretty well, so... Yeah, I mean, this is just a... Well played. This is just a huge mess, really. Did you lose this game? The enemy team seems completely hopeless. Okay, let's see what happens here. So farming up your charge, nice. Your shield gets popped. Yeah, so you would... Don't know if you got out of range of your healers here, but you do get back a bit and then get blasted. It's tricky. But I would say there's just not that much advantage in you actually making these trades here. You're pushing the cart, the squirrel, already. This is kind of the same thing as what I was talking about in the last round. I think you can just stand a bit more. Look, this is fine, but once it reaches here, I would have gone round the back and hide behind the cart. As long as it's moving forward, you don't need to make these trades. And this was the same thing in the last, where you just got blasted out in the open by the Punisher. It's the same kind of mistake, I think. You're just taking a lot of damage. You know, Emma is a short-range character, pretty much, and you're taking damage from, you know, Jonathan, Storm, Jeff, even Magneto. So yeah, just take your time, and then when it gets close range, then you fight. Let's skip forward a little bit here because it looks like you're winning. This is a great ult. That should result in kills. Easy. Okay, so I guess things must have gone horribly wrong here. But yeah, wow. Okay, let's get into this part. So you're CptMashey. Okay, so much better position than the enemy team was. Honestly, I can't believe you actually end up losing this game, because I know you hate to hear that, but this enemy team seems very disorganized and honestly not very good, especially their tanks. So yeah, I like the position here. This is a much better defense position. First thing I want to see you do is pull with your E and start a nice trade, and then maybe try to cut off the tanks with your shield. So you still haven't used your E, definitely should have. You want to use that off cooldown. Fine, nice trade, unlucky. Yeah, unfortunately, I just like a bit of greed this, but yeah, you get away with it. Jeff is doing Jeff things. Okay. So fantastic. Yeah, you want to be. You had your diamond form here, right? So fantastic. Just came out. Let's go back. He's in his. You know, defensive form there. You've got your diamond form. I would definitely go and grab that guy. He's such a free kill after he's used that. But he manages to wriggle away. You're 100 charge, you're in a really powerful position here. You're basically going to win any trade that you take. Okay, cloak ult, so retreat, keep your charge up though, put your shield, yeah, this is all good. Keep pulling with your E, well done. And then just try and bide out. Oh god, Jeff killed 2 of your team. That's obviously very over aggressive, but I think you were getting desperate. So how did Jeff kill 2 of your team? Is he behind? He's just sitting up at the top shooting them. It's quite unfortunate. I think you had the right idea, but yeah, you probably wanted to be defending against like Fantastic and whoever else was jumping on them. But overall, it was actually just a good ult from the enemy cloak. Your team unfortunately wasn't able to get their support outs in time. It happens. Okay. So again, use your E, build up your cooldown, so your charge. That Magneto should have died to your diamond form, I think. This guy's definitely dead. Okay, unfortunate. Okay, so I want to see nobody on your team ult until everyone's back. Okay. So let's regroup here. Right, I think you could have got this guy again. He's just out in the open, super free kill. Yeah, a bit slow there. Interesting. This is a nice ult. I expect this to do quite well. It's good enough. Interesting. Don't think that was a very good ult by the thing. But let's go back here because I think this is overall a bit of a misplay. This guy honestly just has to die. I think it feels like you've been quite hesitant to grab him all game. He is very easy to kill from Emma. I'm a fantastic enjoyer myself, and I hate playing against Emma Frost. It's impossible, really. If she grabs you, you cannot use any of your abilities to keep yourself alive. You are just a like 300 health, a fake tank, basically a 300 health hero. Yeah, he's a really good target to grab. Kill him every time. So he should have changed and grabbed him. I know he's got like his team here, right? But you can kick him back here, and then I think you've got some people behind you as well. Yeah, so I think he's dead here. But yeah, you're a bit slow there. That's a good charge though. And then again here, honestly, I would just grab him. I know you're going for the Emma, but let him. He'll get really over aggressive when he gets this extra health. You can burn that down. And then he doesn't get it back, and then you can kill him again. Definitely something to remember with Fantastic is he's actually at really his most vulnerable when he's in the big form, which you might not think, but that's because there are really long animations between the changes of forms, and he can't use his defensive form, the square, while he's in the big form. So if you had stayed in that little room, just burn down his blue health and then grab him, I think that probably leads to a kill as well. But yeah, good ult here. I like that. We already saw this. Okay, unfortunate. Right, a couple of trades of ults. Just see if you can block this with your shield. Unlucky. Okay, yikes. Probably not the right person to grab either. Okay, Cloak's just in the middle of nowhere. Oh my god, this is a big mess. Okay. Okay. Still not totally lost.
Anyone willing to help?
A bit of a waste of a shield there.
I suppose that helps.
So same business. Start charging up your beam with the E. Yeah, I think you could have grabbed him again before he used that. It's bad diamond form change. Can't grab him when he's in the ult, I think anyway. You should have been using your E off cooldown. This is all fine. I think this is a good opportunity to get a bit more aggressive with your diamond form, but Bucky's already got that. That's fine. It looks like a team wipe. It's nice. Skip forward. Okay, set up before the next fight. This isn't an amazing position because you're usually quite hard to heal here, but I would have gone in and grabbed that guy. Right, look, he's used his form. Thing had the right idea. He's charging in on him, but yeah, no worries. Yeah, he is definitely getting away with murder here, that guy. You could have kicked him off the map or whatever. Okay. I don't think that's a great ult. The reason being, it's just a very tight angle here, and you're not really able to get everyone. They're already kind of in cover altogether, quite safe. I think I would have been a little more patient with that, and maybe try and get them from a side angle or something, and pull them in, or just seemed like an ult for the sake of it. And also, I think they're on the cloak ult as well, aren't they not? So yeah. Okay. Oh my god, fantastic again. So yeah, this is that was not a great diamond form there. You're probably going to die for it. Yeah. Okay, so I think I've seen enough here. I guess they run it all the way in and score, and then lose for the same thing. I assume they keep the same team comp. So, what have we recapped here? I think generally you're actually doing most of the stuff correctly. It's not horrible, so well played to that effect. I think you're not recognizing the enemy tanks, especially, and like over pushing or being in isolated positions. You can definitely be more aggressive. I think you're quite scared to go in on, especially Fantastic in that match. Loads of opportunities to kill that guy. I think he's not as he's very difficult to kill when he's able to do his thing. But the reason Emma is so good is it completely shuts him down. So I think if you go in on that character more often, you'll be surprised at how many kills you actually pick up on him. So I definitely would have been bullying him a lot more. And then just in general, I think you didn't use your E as frequently as you could have, and that means that you're at lower charge than you might have been. And then your ulties were just okay, but I would try and get a little more value out of those by being patient, setting them up, waiting for the enemy to kind of engage themselves and use some of their cooldowns, so that you get the most value out of yours. If you just use yours like raw, right, and just use it, people are prepared and they're going to duck behind cover or whatnot. But if you use yours when the fight has kind of already started, I think you'll get more value out of that. And then I suppose the other main thing is, a lot of the time you're just standing in the open getting shot for free, as we saw in both of these rounds actually. And I think you'll have more success if you stand behind the cart or other cover and only kind of fight when it's necessary. As I said, Emma's a short range character, so don't just take loads of damage for free. Wait till the fight gets short range, push up with the cart, and then you'll have more success. And you were actually playing the best when the enemy was playing dive and they were coming into you. So yeah, thank you for listening. I hope that helps you. Good luck. And alternatively, you don't actually have to listen to anything I say, but this is supposed to be constructive, so good luck.